As Prince Harry and Meghan Markle celebrate 100 days of marriage in a few days, they can raise a toast to what still stands out as one of the most spectacular royal weddings in history, and reflect on a remarkable and hugely successful first trimester as husband and wife. As evidenced by a new documentary on the network True Royalty, Meghan and Harry, The First 100 Days, the interest in their wedding and the marriage it produced still hasn't waned. The film features an interview with gospel singer Karen Gibson, who conducted the Kingdom Choir at the royal wedding. The day felt unique. You don't have that many royal weddings, firstly, but this did feel like there were some things shifting, culturally. Fresh from their recent vacation in Italy with their new best friends, George and Amal Clooney, Meghan and Harry still couldn't be happier, according to those who know them. One friend, who was at a society wedding with a couple this summer, reports that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are madly in love and very much enjoying being Mr. and Mrs. According to this source, Harry also said that he loves calling Meghan his wife. He is so happy. While the once famously single prince has clearly taken to his new role as a spouse, the leap from celebrity to royal has been a huge transition for Meghan, who is expected to join the Queen and Duke of Edinburgh in Balmoral for her first family holiday before resuming full-time duties in September. It's been a steep learning curve for the 37-year-old American, and one that started almost immediately after their May 19th wedding. Just days later, Meghan attended her first Buckingham Palace garden party, before joining the Queen and senior members of the royal family for Trooping the Colour, the Queen's official birthday parade. Then there was an overnight stay on the royal train with Her Majesty, ahead of her first away day to the city of Chester, which was deemed a great success. Meghan was photographed laughing with the Queen, and, according to one royal source, the two women get along very well. The Queen likes Meghan very much. She finds her very easy company, and said that the day in Chester was good fun. The Queen couldn't quite make out what was going on when they were watching a performance, and Meghan was explaining what was happening, which was making the Queen laugh. In July, Meghan and Harry carried out their first overseas tour to Ireland, where they attracted huge interest and record crowds. Remarkably, Meghan has not put a foot wrong since marrying into the family. Instead, she has dazzled, charmed, and impressed the many people she has met and coped remarkably well with the pressure. Despite being in the full glare of the spotlight, she has settled into royal life quickly. As she finds her feet as a new royal, in her favorite Aquatsur stilettos, it has been a series of successful firsts for Meghan. She's been at the center of the spotlight at many of her public events, including Trooping the Colour, where her off-the-shoulder Carolina Herrera dress prompted a stir for being too risque. But she's also known when to step out of it. Note the understated olive green Ralph Lauren dress she wore to Prince Louis's christening. Much has been made of her style choices. While there has largely been praise for her daring and fashion-forward outfits, there has been some criticism over Meghan's choice of wearing black and dark colors. The royals traditionally wear black for mourning. Meghan also faced a backlash over the cost of her expensive work wardrobe. During a visit to Ireland in July, she wore 4 different outfits that cost over $40,000. From tight skate, there was uproar among the fashion brigade when Meghan donned nude tights on her first engagements as a duchess, to her penchant for a messy bun, resurrected for a visit to Wimbledon with her new sister-in-law, Kate Middleton. In July, Meghan has tried to balance being a royal with the woman she is. As True Royalty contributor and etiquette expert, William Hanson, points out in the First 100 Days documentary, the royal family has pushed Meghan into the deep end. He continues, "She is not the star of the show, she is one of a supporting cast. If she perhaps performs a little too well, it might outshadow the Duchess of Cambridge, who is going to be a queen consort in her later life. So Meghan has to just she needs to act, but not act too well." While she has carried out over a dozen engagements since becoming a duchess, Meghan has yet to strike out on her own. Palace aides insist it will happen once her role is more clearly defined, but for the time being, she wants to carry out engagements with Harry. She's very dependent on Harry, who has been amazing at helping her get to grips with everything she has had to learn, says a royal source. He's been her crutch in so many ways. Since the couple's engagement last November, Meghan has been assisted by a team of palace advisors, and since the wedding, she has had the support of the Queen's former assistant private secretary Samantha Cohen. In the coming weeks, Kensington Palace plans to announce some of the charities Meghan will be working with. Meghan became a patron of the Royal Foundation shortly after the royal wedding and is still deciding on the charities and organizations she wants to be associated with, taking private meetings with a number of national and international groups. Described as a feminist on the official royal family website, Meghan is expected to make gender equality and women's rights the focus of the work she chooses to take on. She wants to choose her charities carefully and make sure she can do things where she can affect real change, adds the source. Behind the scenes, Meghan has been working hard, doing her research, learning royal protocol, and preparing herself for her new life, according to aides, and she has had to learn fast. She clearly knows her place in the pecking order, and pointedly stood behind other more senior royals at Trooping the Colour, and she has been careful not to tread on others' toes. At the Royal Ascot, she proved how comfortable she was in the company of senior royals, but it has not all been smooth sailing. Since missing the royal wedding in the wake of a heart attack in a paparazzi scandal, Meghan's father, Thomas Markle, has continued to present his tragic story to the press, acting at times as an undignified subplot to the love story of the decade. The relationship between the father and daughter has continued to unravel, and Thomas's recent series in tabloid newspapers are said to have acutely hurt Meghan. Harry, meanwhile, still has not met his father-in-law. Privately, Meghan and Harry have said they won't engage while Thomas is talking to the press, and the palace has come under pressure and faced criticism for not having helped Meghan's father enough ahead of the wedding. For now, the focus is on Meghan's future. Last week, Kensington Palace announced 3 new engagements for the couple, and, of course, there's another royal wedding for Princess Eugenie on October 12, which Meghan and Harry will attend. Shortly after that, they will fly to Australia for the start of another overseas tour. After opening the Invictus Games in Sydney, the couple will head to Tonga, Fiji, and New Zealand. It will be their first visit to the Commonwealth countries, and an opportunity for the couple to show their strength as a team in the work they want to carry out.